Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna take you through tracking, because to be honest that's the main area where people seem to go wrong with any kind of goal in terms of obviously body composition, whether it's trying to gain muscle or trying to lose body fat. It always seems like that's where people kind of slip up, because at the end of the day that's the main component that we have to kind of measure how we're doing, and also as well to make sure we're staying accountable to obviously the target that we've set to try and get the results that we want. So for example, if we're trying to lose body fat, we need to be in a calorie deficit. So if we're not tracking how many calories we're having accurately, then if we don't get an understanding of maybe why progress isn't going the way we want it to go. So I'm going to take you through certain tracking apps and how to track accurately. So again, there's not much to do here. We're just going to go through expenditure, calories, and then also sleep. So first one is obviously just the app Sleep Cycle. So I tracked my sleep this morning. So again, you can get this app fairly easy on Apple, probably Android as well. So here we have obviously the Sleep Cycle app. So all you have to do is obviously just set up when you want to wake up. So you can set it up so it wakes you up in the lightest sleep. So for example, if you want to get up between 7 and half 7, then again you can just set it at half 7 and it'll wake you up between 7 and half 7 in your lightest portion of sleep. And then obviously just press start, put your phone at the side of the bed like it says here, and then you just press OK, and then it will just track your sleep for you. And then obviously once your sleep's done, you'll wake up in the morning with a score. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but obviously you can see the rating here, which is obviously 80%, and then you get time in bed and actually the time you're asleep for, which is important because obviously a lot of people will be like, oh, I went to bed at like 10 and woke up at 6, so I got 8 hours, but it's not necessarily true. And that's why this app's good, because obviously it just tells you exactly that. And then obviously it shows you the waves here of obviously your sleep cycle. Obviously we're aiming to get 5 cycles when we go to sleep. Then obviously we can look at things, obviously you went to bed at the time, what time you woke up at, all these kind of things, and how long it took you to get to sleep as well. So it's 2 minutes. So next up what we're going to do is show you MyFitnessPal. So I went through how to use MyFitnessPal before, so again we won't go over that, but I'm just going to show you exactly how to be really accurate. So obviously the most accurate way is using a scale. So people seem to think like, oh that's obsessive, but it's not really, because that's like saying waking up in the morning and weighing yourself with a scale is obsessive. Like how else are you supposed to know? I know you could obviously eyeball it. Obviously some stuff, for example blueberries, right? You maybe don't have to track that if you're having a whole packet worth in like 2 days. You just have half one day, half the other. So again, you can limit that. Stuff like rice, obviously if you're having a full pack, you don't really have to weigh that out. You can just scan it and just full packet on the settings there. So all you have to do is grab whatever you're gonna have. So for me, it's just gonna be a scoop of protein. So again, we just get the meal that we're going to have it in and then just scan it. So find the barcode, as you'll see me doing here, and then just going to scan it, and then again it will come up like so. Okay, then obviously I need to pick how much you're going to have. I'm just going to say 30 grams. Okay, so I'm just going to make it 0, and then sometimes obviously if you put something on it, so let's say for example we put a bowl on it, it'll go up, then you just have to press like whatever it is on there. So you can just like 0 it, or it might be tar or whatever it might be. Then from there, we can just chuck it on. So again, you've got different options. What else you can do if you don't want to do it that way. This way is a little bit more accurate way of doing it. What you can do is actually just put the object that you're taking it from, or it might be if you're taking like from yogurt or like a bowl of rice or whatever. Then you can just put that on, 0 it, and then that's it done. So it starts from 0, and then what it'll do is just do a minus, and that way you can go back and forth. So for example, if you overestimate it, then you can just drop off a little bit like I'm doing just now. So just shake a little bit off until you get the desired number, and then just chuck it on. And then that way, if you do it that way, if you just chuck on straight away, it's hard to like scoop out and things. It just makes it a little bit mucky. So for me, I've still got a little bit more to go until I've got 30 grams. And that way, we're going to be super accurate. Let's see. And then limit the room for error, because what will happen is people be like, oh yeah, it's only 5 grams, and they do that with like continuously, and it only really seems a little bit. But if you're doing that like 7 times a week, like obviously a full week, so obviously 7 times, then again that can add up. So for example 5 grams, you're taking up to like 35 grams worth or whatever it is. I mean, imagine that with something like peanut butter, for example, that accumulates quite a lot of calories. And if you're doing one thing, you're probably doing it with a lot of things, so just things to consider there. So cool. That is MyFitnessPal sleep cycle done. So what we're going to do next is steps. Okay, so while we're here, just, well, we'll change that because it gets boring. So if you, that could fall. If you don't have like a tracking watch, so like an activity tracker, like Fitbit or an Apple Watch, it's all good. Obviously that's a lot more accurate because it's actually the movement of your arm and things, and sometimes they have GPS on them. Whereas using something on your phone, it's not major accurate because a lot of time you'll leave it and you forget to do a walk and oh fuck, I need to try and catch up. But for example, if you order a Fitbit or an Apple Watch and you're waiting for it to come, then again you can use the Health app on your phone, or you can just you can download an app. But Health app basically just takes you through. So okay, cool. So as you can see, we've got the steps here. So today I've done 4,948 with obviously the phone in hand or in my pocket. So, but obviously I've done a lot more than that. So for example, I've left my phone at the desk and I went and done a little bit. So that's why the watch is a little bit better. So again, that's one way you can track it. Obviously we've got the Apple Watch as well. So anyway, chuck that on. And the good thing is with this, it almost becomes like subconscious, you know, you don't even have to think about it. So with that, obviously what we can do is just tap the little bit at the top here, little circles, and it will just tell us. So again on here, 4,865. So you can use an app called Happy Scale to track our body weight. So again, this is a really good app because it tells you like your moving average. So if it's either like gaining or losing, compared to obviously all the accumulation of obviously your weights that you chuck in there. And it's just quite a good little hub for chucking your weight in, and then you kind of have an attachment to that app, and then you're like, right, that's where I put my weight, and then you have all these different apps to use rather than using your notes and stuff, because then you have to work out the calculation yourself of obviously what your moving average is for the week. So what I've done is I've just chucked some in just for, because I don't really use it anymore, but I've just chucked some in just for the purpose of this video. So we've just got a load of figures there. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but that obviously you can see it kind of tells you the moving average. So we've got like moving average there of kind of where the average body weight is, and then obviously it depends. So if I put a new figure in and it's slightly higher, it will change the average for the week, and obviously what your body weight is, and then you can compare that to the previous week, and it's just really, really motivating for some people, because it's like, right, my average is moving in the right direction. I might have had a high weigh in today, but still on average when you look at the week, I'm still making progress. So again, that's a good app for tracking obviously your body weight. Lastly, we've got cardio. So the best way to track cardio is probably with a heart rate monitor. That's the most accurate way of doing it. But then again, if you don't have that available to you, you can obviously use your activity tracker. So again, all we have to do is obviously select workout. Obviously just make sure you don't count the steps. Well, that's the way I do it. I don't like to count the steps, so I'll do it during cardio. I keep that separate. So obviously they're two different means of kind of data. So I would make sure I don't count the steps I do during the cardio. So something like a heart rate monitor is much better, because you can leave your activity tracker at home and then just go and do your workout, and then it just purely just does your heart rate and that's it. And then when you come back, put that on, it's accurate again for tracking your steps. So again, activity tracker is really good for tracking that. So for example, you might have 500 calories to do of cardio, so again you can just put heart rate monitor on, go for it, or you can just use this and then obviously just work out the amount of calories, the steps difference, you know what I mean, between the two. So when you start, look at it, and then when you come back, look at it, and then just take that off like that. Obviously if you have CV kit, you can just use that. So as I say, it's obviously not the most accurate, but it's unaccurately accurate. So it'll be obviously across the weeks that, you know what I mean, it will be the same to you, you know what I mean. If you use the same machine and stuff like that, then again, long term, it will just be unaccurately accurate. So it will still be valuable to you, because for example, if you've got 700 calories of cardio to do and you're using the same piece of kit, then again, across the long term, it's always what you've used, so it's the same variables all the time. So that's pretty much it. That is tracking done. So again, there's no really excuses, because then that's an accurate way to track your body weight, track your calories, track your sleep, track your steps, expenditure, and obviously your cardio as well. And that's pretty much it. Obviously you can go to training and stuff like that. The main thing is obviously you're just progressing, but if you really want to do that, you can use something called, what the fuck's it called? Rep Count. Rep Count's a good one. True Coach, obviously if your coach has got you on that, it's really good, because it gives you like your kind of lifting history and stuff like that to make sure you can compare and see if you've improved from last time, or just use an old-fashioned logbook. I hope you enjoyed that video. We're just trying to minimise the room for error here. So again, the more accurate we are, the best results we're going to get. So again, leave no stone unturned and just be accurate. And again, that way if we aren't seeing changes, we know we've been accurate ourselves and been honest, then we know we maybe need to make changes somewhere else. Whereas if you've not been accurate, then we make changes, then it's not going to be very beneficial, because you've not been accurate anyway. So we're making changes based off inaccurate data. So again, it's all very well having all this knowledge and all these tracking apps, but then if you're not being honest with that, like overestimating, underestimating, then again, you just got to be considerate of that. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that video. like it, share it if you're watching, and again, this is a little bit more informative stuff, so hope you enjoyed it.